Hello out there, all you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear and listening into another family life and gaming podcast. And this is FLaG number 4. And the subject matter for this particular one is respect. And I really should do these more often because I have so many different life perspectives that I could probably help other people out by just expressing them. But I've, you guys don't know this about me, but I've personally over the last several years gone through a lot of things, and some of that stuff started before my YouTube channel was even a thing, and it continued into after my YouTube channel was a thing. And I realized that there were some things that I had done before in my past that I couldn't fully explain why I did those things, and it was a bother to me. It was something I've been racking my brain over for so long, and now I have somebody who can help me figure those things out, and I kind of just stumbled upon the answer really quickly, like extremely quickly. And the bad thing is, I'm I'm an analytical person. I analyze and think about everything. You can tell me something, and in my mind, I've already deduced 20 to 30 different ways how this thing that you're talking to me about can go. Because, like, once I start taking in details and information, my mind just rolls through the different possibilities of things. And some of it's subconscious, some of it is conscious. Like, it's not like something that I do. It's just something that's built into me. It's how I am. But for so long, I've missed little small issues in myself and never understood why I missed those things. And it will always take somebody else to point something out to me, and I'd be like, "Oh, you're right. I don't know why I did that. Why am I thinking this way?" And I realize now it comes down to the one thing that I made the subject matter of this video, and that's respect. It's a thing about respect. And as a person, I have always felt the need to give respect before I get it. And over time, I kind of lost that. Like, I kind of lost that idea to give respect in order to get it. And it just felt like, what am I doing? And I guess doing the YouTube channel kept me kind of here where, and you guys could see me for who I am. But in life, I was just kind of dragging along, and it was just like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like this? And I think I finally figured it out. Like, where people would usually come to me for advice, or they would talk to me about things, and they would like hold what I would say in kind of high regard. I kind of got to the point where no one was doing that anymore. And I still wonder, like, what's going on? And it's just, I'm coming across the idea that people that were in my life, they've lost the respect for me, and that's probably because I kind of lost a bit of respect for myself, which trickled down into other things, and I would do things that I would be morally opposed to, and then still question why I'm doing it. But when I stumbled upon this and I started thinking about things, and I just traced backwards to from where I am now to when this first started, when I started to feel this way. That was my answer. One simple thing, one simple little tiny detail that can be a big thing for a lot of people, because if you don't feel respected or you don't feel respect for yourself, you tend to not do as you would normally do. You tend to not be the person you would normally be. And then, but like, and I thought about that, and I'm like, I know for sure that this is just not me. This is not the person I am. Like, again, when I was on YouTube, when I did my videos and I started talking about gaming, because gaming has been like this lifelong thing for me, I was always myself in those moments, but I was never myself fully in every other aspect of my life, unless it was just like with the people I did that with. And I started to realize, like, I've cut out so many people from my life, and it wasn't because I wanted to cut them out. I mean, there are some people I did because it's just being around them or talking to them. I can't stand to be around them anymore or deal with them. It's just we don't mesh very well anymore. Like sometimes these are people that used to be your friends, and then there's something that happens and you can't speak to them again. It is not like you mean them any harm, but you just know you can't deal with that person anymore. So like I said, I was just thinking about that. Like it's been on my mind. Like it's been in my head this whole time. And I'm sitting here just thinking, thinking over things. Just like I was given some really, really deep advice as of late. Like really to look at myself and to look at the things I did and to just trace my steps backwards. And there's still things I need to work on personally as a person for me. And there are some things I know I'm probably never going to get the answers to because the people that I need to get the answers from won't communicate with me, or they won't just answer the question I asked them. So it just leaves me sitting here in the thought process of, hey, this isn't going to happen. So I just gotta, buck up and move on. But I could figure out for myself why I was doing certain things that I don't agree with, or why I would have certain feelings of resentment to certain people. And even when they didn't do anything or they didn't do anything intentionally, I just kind of had that there. Like there was always that within me. And it's starting to become a lot clearer now that I've had the chance to sit down and just think about it. Just let myself think about it. Like, because I didn't want to retrace all of my past mistakes. No, I take that back. Not mistakes. I didn't want to retrace all of my past bullshit. Because I can't name the things that I did as mistakes because I consciously did them. I made that choice. I can't say it was a mistake. The mistake isn't the choice. The mistake is the result of the choice. So I've come to a point of clarity that I think will just improve my life in general and improve how I am with my family and my kids. It's not like I'm exactly Mr. Stoneface when it comes to dealing with my family and my children and stuff. But there are issues that I couldn't address before because I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me personally. And now I think I have the answer to that. Like before when I did things I knew were wrong, I'd try to make up excuses for it. Like I would literally just try to make up excuses to say this or that and this were why I did what I did. But I'll come to find out, no, that's not really it. And then I'd be back over it again. Like, what caused this? What led me here? Why am I doing this? And that's something hard to ask yourself. That is very hard to ask yourself. It might sound easy, but it is so difficult to just look at yourself and ask, why did I do this? What led me to that point? What made me cross this line I never wanted to cross? And why do I feel the way I do about it? And I know people come to my channel for gaming and stuff, and I appreciate that. But I don't think I can only be gaming anymore. Like with this, I'm going to try to do this more often. And I'm going to try to get family members and friends to join me on this every now and again, instead of just doing it solo. Because I want you guys to see that there is a lot more to me than just the gaming thing. And I know there are some people who would really appreciate that. Just be like, because I've gotten comments about it before. Be like, hey, dude, share stuff about your family, share stuff about your friends, and things like. I'd get those comments from people on my YouTube videos, and it's just like I was apprehensive because I personally didn't even want to engage with my friends and family in the way that this would require. And it wasn't because like it was just like a thing I just didn't want to at all. It was just like a thing where I wasn't feeling like I was in a position that I could, so I didn't want to try. But now, like I said, I got more of a clear picture. I have more of a clear mindset as to what was my issue and what was wrong with me. I can actually do that now. And I can actually bring people from my life into this and say, hey, this is my best friend, or this is one of my closest friends, or somebody I grew up with, or this is my wife, these are my kids, these are like, and I want to do that stuff because one, it would be enjoyable. I know it would be. And two, like, it's not like people haven't heard my kids in the back of some of my videos sometimes, but I don't want to close myself off any more than I already have. And I want everything to kind of be able to mesh together. And I know I'm the point in which that would happen. So I have to do the work to make it happen. Oh, Nitin Ramchayan. Ram Charan. Okay, I see your comments. I'm not ignoring them. I was just on a spiel going forward, but yeah, you can always like, yeah. There's always that one person in your life who you can trust and you feel like you can express things to. But I got to a point where even people who were like near and dear to me, who I could trust my life with, I couldn't tell them these things. I couldn't talk to them about them. Like I wasn't willing to. Like, and there are several people in my life who there are, and I know I can't go to each one of them with every issue I have, but there are certain issues that might come up in my life that I could talk to certain people about these particular things and they could help me. I was to the point where I wasn't even doing that. Like, I literally just internalized everything and just held everything to myself. And it was more like a thing where I gotta be tough about everything. I gotta be Mr. Macho Man and let them all know I'm able to take care of shit on my own, and I couldn't. It's sad that it took me to get to 30, damn near 31, to realize this. Like, and it's not like I'm an unintelligent person. Like, hell, I take pride in my intelligence. I know I'm an extremely intelligent person, but again, sometimes you just overlook things, and it takes an outside viewpoint for you to understand where your shortcomings are. It takes somebody who can look at you without malicious intent to tell you, hey, I see you're messing up. You might want to just go back and look at these things and just get a better understanding of what's causing you to have your problems. So I'm at a point where I've made a breakthrough in my life, and I've said this before, like, I'm on the path to being a happier person, because for the most part I kind of was miserable, and I kind of hid that from everybody. Like, not intentionally, but I didn't feel like I could talk to anyone about it. And now I'm doing it, and I'm putting it on the public, like in one of the most public places I can. So, like, I've grown up a bit more, and I'm going to keep growing up. Apparently, I thought you grew up once you had a family and kids, and I was wrong about that. You keep growing, you keep developing as a person. Even after your body has reached its fullest state of maturity, you can keep growing as a person. You can keep striving to be better as a person. You can keep being more as a person. And I let myself stall out for a good long period of time, unfortunately. But hey, that's life. Sometimes you don't exactly go down the path that you wanted to go. And sometimes it just takes a good swift kick in the ass to point you in the right direction. So now that I've got my therapeutic speaking out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And hopefully that this will be something that's available to people if they ever need it. This will be here. Like, hopefully somebody will come across it and it will be helpful to them. And they'll get to understand maybe just a little bit better that they don't have to hold on to their issues, and they have to find a way to have an inner respect for themselves and the people that they care about. Because I know I personally lost that, and I lost it for a long time. I didn't realize I lost it, but I did. But it's back. And it's going to help me fix a lot of things with some very important people. That's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me. And until the next time, please enjoy your games and your life. And peace out. Take care of yourselves.